Man, Mac McClung. I've been covering the National Basketball Association since 1977 when I covered the Lakers out here in Los Angeles. So I've seen a whole lot of in-game dunks. I've seen a whole lot of dunk contests. I've judged a whole bunch of dunk contests. So I think I have a pretty good handle on what I'm about to say. Mac McClung, in winning his third straight All-Star Saturday Night NBA dunk contest, just proved to me that he is the greatest contest dunker I have ever seen, ever. Inch for inch. Mac McClung just proved to me he is the greatest dunker, period, ever, inch for inch. And he is supremely the most creative contest dunker we have ever seen, and it ain't even close. He's in another universe from every other clever dunk you've seen in any dunk contest on All-Star Saturday Night. I was there that day in 1986 in Dallas, Texas, when my friend, my buddy Spud Webb, beat Dominic Wilkins, his very close friend on the Atlanta Hawks, in a dunk contest on All-Star Saturday in Dallas. I was in the front row, press row. I didn't judge it, but I judged it in the newspaper the next day in the Dallas Morning News. My God. Sorry, the Dallas Times-Herald by then. I'm blown away by Mac McClung tonight. I've never seen anything like it. But Spud Webb, fair and square, beat Dominic that night. Never seen anything like that. I thought I'd never seen that get topped, and it just got topped. And I've underappreciated Mac McClung because he's a little white guy. I'm a little white guy. I'm what, 5'10" on a good day? Mac McClung is listed at 6'2", and I'm not buying it. He doesn't play 6'2". I watched the Rising Stars game last night. He played in 2 of those games. He just doesn't play 6'2". So my wife Ernestine keeps asking me, why don't they let him play pro basketball like NBA basketball? And until lately, I had missed the fact that Mac McClung can play basketball. When he won his first one, I was dismissing him as he can't even make an NBA roster. And yet, he was the rookie of the year in the G League. I watched Bronny play in the G League, and he'll have a pretty good game and a very good game and a bad game and a pretty and a very and a bad. And Mac McClung is way better at G League basketball than Bronny ever thought about being. Mac McClung last year was the MVP of the G League. And yet, Philly gave up on him. Now he's with the Orlando Magic playing for the Osceola Magic down in Florida. He's in the G League. His average has fallen off. He's 25 points a game last year. He doesn't assist at a high level. He doesn't rebound at a high level. He's down to about 17.4 this year, 17.4 points a game. But he can play. He made a couple of big threes last night. Not bad assist in the basketball, but doesn't have high assist numbers. But, my God, I feared for him tonight because I was afraid he blew it because he did the dunk of the century to me, the greatest dunk I've ever seen, contest dunk. He went first with it. They should have just called off the contest right there. And I'm a big Stephon Castle fan out of UConn, playing for the Spurs, 4th overall pick. He is a flat-out physical power dunker. He was the MVP of the Rising Stars last night and richly deserved it. And in any other kind of contest, he would have won it because he is a great power dunker, but he's probably a better in-game dunker than he is a contest dunker. And Mac McClung just blew the top off the arena with his first dunk. My wife Ernestine had just said, boy, those were the days when Blake Griffin jumped over the car. Yeah, that was a long time ago. And all of a sudden, Mac McClung rolls out a Kia, and he doesn't just jump over the hood like Blake did. He jumped over the top of the Kia with a kid sitting in the sunroof seat, just above the sunroof. He actually went over the kid whose head is up above the roof, holding the basketball. Mac McClung went completely over the car. And the movie said, white men can't jump. He's a little white guy. Where does he get that kind of explosion? I have disrespected him for 3 years now, until tonight. I've never seen anything like that. He went over the top of the Kia. And as he spun, his left foot actually caught the edge of the far windshield as he twisted his body to dunk the basketball back over his head, two-hand dunk it back over his head, and he pulled it off and regained his balance going down and landed safely. There was that split second when I feared a big wipeout, and God knows what could have happened. If he went sprawling from that height across the floor, God only knows what could have happened. But he caught himself in midair because he has incredible athletic ability, incredible gymnastic body control, incredible spring for such a sawed-off little white guy. Where is that coming from? I thought it was impossible. He said afterward to Allie LaForce, she said, where do you get your clutch from? He said, from God. Well, he got a real gift from God in those springs in his legs, because no white guy should be able to jump like that. They haven't for centuries. I mean, Brent Barry won a dunk contest. Son of my good friend Rick Barry, did a radio show in San Francisco with him. But Brent Barry was a gifted leaper at 6 feet 7 inches tall. I don't think Mac McClung can be over 6 feet. I don't know. They say 6'2", but he looks 6 footish to me. He's built kind of low slung, shorter legged. I don't know where he gets it from, but it works. And he is so fearlessly creative. You ever see anything like this? Where every dunk had extreme contest-worthy creativity to it. These are scary dunks to try with the world watching, and he pulled all of them off. He had one glitch on the first try over the Kia because the kid lost the handle on the basketball. It wasn't his fault. The kid just lost the handle. And on the second try, he took it right out of the kid's hands and two-hand dunked it over his head and safely gathered himself for a perfect landing. Way to go, kid, 26 years of age. I mean, he was the MVP of the G League last year, so you got to give it to him. He can play some basketball. Maybe he's just too little to make it in the NBA. I don't know why the Sixers never gave him a shot. I don't know why the Magic haven't given him a shot. He was pretty good last night in the Rising Stars game, but he was born to contest dunk. He wants to be a hooper. He wants to be a baller. He's a tough kid. I like him. The more I watch him, the more I like him. I like him in the interviews. Very humble. There's no trash talk to him. There's nothing extravagant about him. He's not going to say it's over. There's no Vince Carter to him. There's no Jordan-esque to him. Obviously, this is a whole new world that he has created of little white guy dunking. It's impossible. It's not like they let him dunk on an 8-foot goal. He's dunking on a 10-foot goal. His second dunk tonight after the Kia dunk, where he went up, it was just a nasty slam where his hang time is otherworldly. It's like he's not from our planet. It's alien-esque where he goes up and then he's got this extra lift of hang time and then just a nasty slam. I said, just call it off now. And then I was afraid he's got to go 2 more dunks against Stefan Castle in the finals. And it's ridiculous because after you jump over a key and 2-hand slam it over your head, you should just call off the rest of the dunk contest. And no, he's got to go against Stefan Castle, and he's getting 50s for these power slams, and they're beautiful. They're really, really good, but they ain't a Kia jump. They're not the creative jumps. They're not the hang time slams. Just nasty. And then that last one, I don't even know who that was. I don't know. Standing on a platform. It looked like Evan Mobley for a second, but I don't think it was. Maybe it was. It was happening so fast. And he goes up over the giant, takes the ball out of his hands, and taps the ball against the front of the rim while knocking another ball in with one hand and then slamming with his right hand. I mean, it's just, who thought of that? He said he's got a lot of help. You want to talk about creativity? The dunk contest was dying because nobody wanted to top what had already happened. Like my wife Ernestine always talks about, Dwight Howard went up because she still calls him Cupcake Man. He went up and got the cupcake, and I can't even remember what he did. He dunked, and did he take a bite of the cupcake? I can't remember. But you got to try. You got to come up with something. It's why LeBron James never, ever did a single dunk contest. He was afraid that he'd screw it up. Like he was afraid to have to come up with something creative enough to compete. If LeBron had gone out there, I don't know, like his second year and done it, they would have just, I don't care, he could have gone up and laid it in off the glass and they would have given him 50s. I think back then they were just doing 10s and 9s and 8s, but they would have given him perfect score for that. But LeBron didn't want to tarnish his leaping image, his Nike sneakers selling power, by losing a dunk contest that Jordan dominated. Obviously, I was there the day when Jordan took off from the free throw line, and it was the logo dunk. I mean, the man could fly. He could just flat out fly. But on just sheer creativity, I will take Mac McClung right here, right now, as a contest dunker over Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I said it. I'll stand behind it because this kid is otherworldly. He's from somewhere else. We've never seen anything like this, and I agree with Kenny Smith. He has saved the dunk contest because it was so boring because nobody wanted to try anything anymore. And what they did try was just so dumb, and it was just so lame, so simple, and nobody could pull it off. And they'd miss, and we had that going on tonight. At least they got new rules to stop it after X amount of time. And Mac McClung just won his 3rd straight, and I can't wait for next year. He said he'd do it if they want him to. Well, why not? You're the star of stars. I'm just not sure anybody's going to want to try him. Who wants to go against that? This kid is so clever. He's so cutting edge. He'll come up with 3 or 4 more dunks. I don't know. He'll jump over a bus. He'll jump over a plane. It's. Thank you, Mac McClung. I tip my cap to you as a dunker, a contest dunker, a creative dunker, and a basketball player. You were the MVP of the G League, and I completely disrespected you because I thought you were just a runty little white guy, just a little runt. The last pick of the litter. White men can't jump. I was taught that from day one. Woody Harrelson, man, I saw the movie. It was great. White men can't jump until now. Mac McClung can flat out jump out of the gymnasium. Congratulations to you. You changed my basketball watching life tonight. Whew.